This is episode number 80 of Real Occult, where we apply numerology and astrology to the material world. Today, we are discussing Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and how we can use the location of our Aries sign in our birth chart, meaning what house Aries sits in within our birth chart, to gain insight into the most effective ways for us to start something new. That could be a new project, a new hobby, a new business, a new career, a new value system, whatever it is that you are starting new. How do we utilize our Aries sign to get better results? And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is Aries itself. I already mentioned it is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries is all about go. It's forward momentum. It is action. It is creation. And so within the Aries sign, we have so much unfiltered, untouched, raw energy. If we think about this from a numerology perspective for a second, one energy, which is Aries, the Aries equivalent, is creation, new beginnings. It is the masculine. So if you're going from raw land and you would like to build a warm, comforting home for your family, the one energy turns the raw land into the structure. It erects the structure. It builds the structure. That is the masculine one energy. The divine feminine two energy then comes along and turns that house, the raw structure, into a home. Warm, comforting environment, somewhere you like to be. It improves upon what the one energy created. And then the three energy, the kids come along, and now you have 1 + 2, 3 + 3, the childlike energy. And now we have 6, family, community, the warm, comforting environment, right? And so Aries is that raw one energy. It is a fresh beginning. It is the start of our soul's journey through the zodiac, through our lifetime. And the ruler of Aries, the planet that rules Aries, is Mars, which is once again action, go, adventure, courage, leadership, this pioneering energy. And so based on the house that Aries is in within our birth chart, which the birth chart lays the foundation for our journey through life, through the adventure that we're going to have. It gives us the foundational blueprint. And this is our foundational karma. What we've done before, this is what we have for this lifetime, laying everything out. And then our current personal year, personal month, our dashas, our transits, everything like that. That's the current layer. And then we have the created layer on top. What inputs are we giving the universe? And so when we look at our house system from our birth chart, the house that Aries sits in gives us insight into what natural tendency, what energetic disposition are we likely to be able to tap into that raw Aries creation from. And so to give an example, if you have, well, actually, I guess I should cover the houses first. The first house, 1 through 12, the first house is our physical appearance. It's our body, our personality, our self-image, our identity, what we identify as. The second house is our income, our finances, our assets, like the material belongings we have. Third house is communication, how we think, writing, what is third? Third house is also short trips. So like our commute, things like that, transportation, early education, how we learn, thinking, writing, all of this type of stuff, this communication style energy. Fourth house is our inner world, our emotional roots. So that'd be like family heritage. It is our home life, family, land, like where we are. Fifth house is fun, romance, pleasure, entertainment, big expression, hobbies, all of that type of stuff, that playful, childlike fun, our inner child, how we stimulate our inner child. Sixth house, daily life routines, selfless service, public service, kind of like selfless service. Sixth house is also like charity, what we contribute. Seventh house is our relationship with others. So that's marriage, friendship, business partnerships, open disagreements, which is like fights, drama, all that kind of stuff. Love life. Eighth house is death and rebirth. It is transformation. It is other people's money. So that's inheritance, loans, taxes, joint finances. Ninth house is foreign travel, so long distance travel. It is upper education, so that'd be university, post-grad, all of that kind of stuff. Ninth house is also like we start getting into spiritual beliefs, our culture, our ethics, morality. 10th house is mastery, achievement, our ambition. So that would be profession, public image, life's work, our purpose. 11th house is goals, aspirations, long-term wealth. So second house, you have like income, month-to-month income. 11th house would be long-term accumulation. It is humanitarian focus, so that would be social media, larger organizations, technology, big teams. And then we have 12th house is spirituality, our dreams, hidden things. So like secrets, unexpressed emotions, seclusion, isolation, loneliness. So like our private life. And then you get some spirituality, witchcrafty, mysticism, anything like that type of escapist stuff in the 12th house. And so if you have Aries, and this is where we're going to get into the meat of this, and I'm going to keep it short. We're going to do a couple examples and then we'll wrap this thing up. If you have your Aries in the 7th house, you are likely to begin something new through other people, with other people. If you are looking at starting a hobby and you're going to go to the golf course and the hobby's going to be golf and you're going to go to the golf course by yourself and start hitting balls, not likely that you're going to stick to that activity. On the flip side, if you're joining a golfing club or you're going to do like a running, if you're going to join a running club, 7th house Aries to start or join a running club, beautifully aligned. Other people, public relationship. Now you are beginning through the public, beginning through other people. Verse, you have Aries in the 12th house. This isolationist, secretive energy. You are infinitely more likely to stick to your golf game, if this is your new hobby, by going to the range and hitting by yourself. You're going to do something on your own. You are going to start running or working out by yourself, right? If you have Aries in the 5th house, if you are not having fun, if you are not playful, if you are not scratching that childlike itch, that internal child, and getting that bad boy stimulated, probably not going to work for you because that Aries 5th house is all about getting the playful juices flowing, that childlike having fun. And that's what's going to allow you to kick off and get that thing moving. If you're in the 4th house, Aries 4th house, you begin through this emotional attachment. If you're not emotionally connected to this new thing, it's not going to stick. Aries in the 10th house. If this new activity, if this new thing, you are not approaching it professionally, you're not serious about it, you are not attempting to master this thing, it's probably not going to work out, right? Aries in the 2nd house. If this thing is completely removed from the material world and material accumulation, it's probably not going to stick, right? And so if you want to start something new and have the universe instantly begin supporting you, have it infinitely more likely you're going to get a positive feedback loop. You're putting these inputs into the universe, you're getting the desired outputs out. Positive feedback. I do this, I get what I want. I do this, I get what I want, right? Or at least I move closer towards the thing I want. Look in your birth chart at where your Aries sign sits. And that's going to give you the insight into how you can approach new things. So going back to that 7th house Aries versus 12th house Aries, both people can become great, depending on the rest of your chart. Both people can absolutely become fantastic golfers. How they begin their journey of golf is going to be different. That 7th house person, golfing with others. That 12th house Aries, golfing by themselves. Learning on their own. Learning in secret. Taking private lessons. That 7th house person, they might be doing group classes. And so, 7th house person, they're going to Top Golf every time when they want to go golfing. They're partying, having fun, hanging out with other people, having a blast with other people, and that's what's getting them into the game. That 12th house Aries, starting this sport for the first time, they're infinitely more likely to stick to it if they lean into that 12th house. They're doing it on their own. They're keeping it low key. If you flip them, you're creating friction between your natural energetic disposition, your natural energy, and the energy of this activity. So, to wrap this thing up, take a peek at your Aries sign. Where in your birth chart does that thing fall? Where is it sitting? What house is it in? That's going to give you insight into how you can approach starting something new. If you would like personalized one-on-one assistance with your Aries sign and your birth chart as a whole so that you can maximize the effectiveness of the inputs you're giving the universe, check out our free school community, skool.com/real occult. Completely free. Check it out. You can schedule a personalized one-on-one reading and strategy session. We'll dig into your chart, answer whatever questions you have. If you've made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you for listening. The universe is on your side. The universe wants you to win. Take a peek at your Aries sign. See where it falls. That's how you're likely to start new things. Lean into that energy. Don't fight it. Lean into that energy. Lean into that Aries sign, especially with us being in this one universal year. 2026, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10, that magnified 1 energy. When you're starting something new this year, Lean into that Aries sign and the universe will support you. The universe wants you to win. I also want you to win. If you have any questions, skool.com/real cult. Like I said, completely free community. We'll hook you up with a reading, get you moving in the right direction, answer whatever questions you might have. And I will talk to you again soon.